Welcome to Integrity Data. In this tutorial, we're going to be going over the standard eTimeclock or Webclock. This tutorial covers clocking in and out, switching departments, leaving a note, requesting time off, viewing PTO balances, approving timesheets, viewing schedule. Depending on how your company is set up, you may have all the options, you may only have limited options. But we're going to go through all those options in this video. So I'm going to select English, and that brings me to a sign-in box. I'm going to enter my badge ID. Now, depending on your company policy, after you click the check mark, you may need to enter a PIN to get into the app, or you may not. It, again, just depends on company policy. I'm going to select the check mark, and that brings me in. So what I'm looking at here, this is me. I can make sure that that's me and I didn't enter somebody else's number incorrectly. I can see, I can start my day, go to lunch, come back from lunch. There's also an option to go to break and come back from break, although I'm not displaying it on here. It works the same as the lunch leave, lunch return. To clock in, I would just simply click start. And in this particular setup, I have the ability to change my departments and job. If this is the department, this is my home department. So if I'm going to stay in that department, I just click OK, and then come down here and change my job from the drop down and click OK. My punch was accepted. I'm clocked in. Now over to the right, I've got a couple of options. I also have those options and other options when I click on the lines up here, the 4 lines. I can click on PTO request. I can see what's been approved, what's been rejected, and what's still pending. As long as one of these requests are pending, I can edit it or delete it. To add a new PTO request, I would simply click Add New PTO Request. Choose the date. And if I wanted only a partial day, I would uncheck the all day box and put the time I want to start, how many ever hours it is I would request. I'm going to make this an all day. We're going to go 8 hours. And I'm going to leave my supervisor a note for them to look at to help them approve it. I'm going to choose the bank that I want to use. So I click on vacation. I can see that I've got 40 hours left in my vacation bank. So I'm going to click to the right on generate. And hold on, we're still not done. I've generated this. It gives me a second opportunity to verify before I confirm it that this is what I want. If I need to edit something, maybe I want to use my personal bank instead of my vacation. I can change it, save it, validate or verify it. All looks good. I now confirm it, and it's generated. I see it up here, it's pending. If at any time before it's approved or denied, I need to change something, maybe the date changed. I just got a call and it's going to be the 22nd, not the 21st. I can quickly click on this, come down to the date, change it to the 22nd, and save. Once it is approved, though, I'm no longer able to edit anything, and I would have to speak directly to my supervisor or manager to have that changed. Using this menu up here, I can click PTO banks and see my balances. I can click view scheduling to see my schedule. I can select view timesheets. Now the view timesheets, and I'm just going to click right over here on the logo, and I can see right here my view timesheets is here. These are just kind of quick action buttons versus having to go up here to the menu, but they're all here in the menu as well. So Just click on View Timesheets. Does the same thing from either location. You'll likely not have an Approve button on the current pay period because that's typically not available. So I go back to the prior pay period, and this is where I'm likely to see that Approve button. I can see I was absent this entire time. AB is absent. Let's go to this one. I've got some punches here. E means that this was edited. Either the start time was changed or the end time was changed. If the supervisor left notes as to why they did that, they would be over here. This is an absent. If it comes directly from me with no edits, we're going to see the letter C. It's a closed transaction, and that's something that I clocked in, I clocked out, and has not been edited. You might see PP, which means personal paid. Other things, depending on your company setup, may come in here. But down here is going to be your totals for the pay period. And here I can see total paid hours, which encompasses these. And of that, I worked 26 hours. So I worked all of those hours. Had I taken a vacation day on this pay period, my not worked would have had hours in it. Say I took 8 hours of vacation on the 9th. I would see 8 hours here, and then below my not worked, I would see personal, and then across 8 hours. So I would know where those hours came from. My unpaid is due to my absences or maybe even lunches or combination of both. This dollars would only register if I was given a dollar amount, such as a bonus, tip, commission. This dollars is not my rate times my hours worked. So this is for the entire pay period. And I also have week 1 and week 2 that I can look for a quick breakdown. All of my hours that I earned on this one was during the week 1. I didn't earn anything under. So I'm going to go back to the last pay period, and I want to approve this timesheet. If I agree with everything here and everything is accurate, I'm going to click Approve. If it's not accurate, I'm going to contact my supervisor and have them correct what I feel needs to be corrected before I approve my timesheet. So I click on Approve, I agree to the attestation, and I click OK. Pay period resolved successfully. I now see a red revert. Once the supervisor or the payroll admin approves my time card, this revert will disappear. I'll no longer be able to revert back to an unapproved status. So I click Approve, and I'm done. So this time card was resolved. My supervisor and the payroll admin know that I have approved this card, and they're safe to process it through payroll. Click back on here on my integrity data logo, and that brings me back here. I can clock out for lunch. Punch accepted, 2057. Clock in from lunch. And we have to choose where we're going to be working at. Instructor, come back down here to my broom holder. I'm doing the same thing. And I get a duplicated punch. Please try again later. That's because I tried to do 2 punches within the same couple of minutes. So I would need to wait a minute or 2 before I'm able to continue with another punch. And I've waited just a little bit here. So I'm going to go ahead and log back in. And I'm going to clock out. I had the opportunity to take my break. This is a question that comes up. Most people will not have to answer these. They won't be presented. It just depends on your company policy. This is just another fake question here. And my punch is accepted. Now, if during the middle of the day I'm changing departments, I would use the switch, choose my department, choose my level, uh, and go from there. So I'll click the transfer button. Here I can change this one, okay. And maybe I'm working in HR now, and okay. And now I'm clocked into the HR, and the hours will continue to accumulate to those choices I made until I either clock out or change my department, switch my department again. Thank you for watching.